Now, I'd like to have a... We have an informal WWDC tradition, so I'd like to bring James back on stage.
Good afternoon. How's everybody's week going? Good. So this session we had a lot of kind of shorter tips and tricks, so I thought I'd bring an appropriate instrument. And very often we're telling you, or in the session talking about a lot of wonderful things that you can do. I thought for a change, maybe a little song about some stuff maybe you shouldn't do. And so let's do it. Anti-patterns, code and practices you should avoid. Anti-patterns, so your app don't crater like a meteoroid. Whether you're a newbie or here since next step 3.3, there's a chance you picked up some bad habits. So take some advice, make your code play nice, or your bugs will multiply like rabbits. Anti-patterns, whoever said when in doubt retain should be reprimanded. Anti-patterns, over retain and just leaves all of that memory stranded. You should not rely on the amount of the retain count. That's just asking for pain. Follow the rules and use the diagnostic tools. Your code will be right as rain. Do I have to explain? Hold me, use me, then release me. Hold me, use me, then release me. Anti-patterns, yeah, you know they're gonna bite you somewhere down the line. Anti-patterns, even if the code seems to work at the time. If you choose to peruse and use character values of NS string, you'll be surprised when your app's localized at the subtle problems that brings. Yeah, Unicode's a complex thing. Anti-patterns, sometimes it's only good intentions gone awry. Anti-patterns, like calling stuff that isn't public API. It's not polite for random strangers to be groping at your privates, so please try to refrain. If you've got an inclination to break encapsulation, it's like running towards a fast-moving train. Oh, and you'll piss off Chris Kane. Oh, the code we've seen. Oh, the code we've seen. It burns your eyes to read it. Oh, the code we've seen. Oh, the code we've seen and occasionally written. Anti-patterns. Anti-patterns. You know they're gonna know. No, anti-patterns. Not rehearsing your song enough before ahead of time. Anti-patterns. Fortunately, I can make up rhymes on a dime. Anti-patterns, well, you know they're just gonna lead you to sadness and what? Oh, anti-patterns. 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 They're gonna make you sadder but wiser. Anti-patterns. May I suggest that you run the static analyzer? Now I could go for hours, but the powers that be say that would be too long. Anti-patterns is the code you write when you're writing it wrong. Oh yeah, anti-patterns is the code you write when you're writing it wrong. One more time now, anti-patterns is the code you write when you're writing it wrong. Thank you. Oh, thanks. What's that? I have to introduce, of course, the breakpoints. We're down to one breakpoint this particular year. Victor Alexander, the best slide advance man in the business, on keyboard. Big hand for Victor. And just a note with Victor, because we've been doing this for many years, people say, why is he the best slide advance man in the business? The reason is that he usually gets the slides about 23 minutes before we walk on stage. And he does a wonderful job. So another round for Victor. And thank you again. Please make your apps accessible, and I hope you've enjoyed the session. Thanks.